Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to see you guys here today, and as you can see, I do not actually have a pick-a-card for you guys today. Today I'm actually going to be doing a general reading for whoever comes along to this video, for whoever feels drawn to receive from this reading. So that's pretty much the intention here. It's just going to be a general reading. Whatever is meant to come through is meant to come through. It could be in life, in love, in your career, in your soul purpose, in your family, in your health, in your finances, just, you know, whatever is meant to come through. I am going to be using the Christmas Love Oracle today because we are officially now in the holiday season, so I figured that would be fitting for just a general reading. So this may be appropriate and applicable for what is coming up in the holiday season, but you know, of course, take it as it resonates. So that's what I'm going to be doing with you guys here today. And the reason why I'm not doing a pick a card is actually I wanted to talk to you guys for a minute before I officially start this reading here about just some things that are going on with me. If you're not interested in that, I totally understand and I don't want to waste your time, so I will put a timestamp down below so you can just fast forward and go straight into this reading and enjoy. You are welcome to do that. But if not, and you want to hear about what is happening with me and just some updates for you guys, that's what this beginning portion of the video is all about. So I'm going to start that little update right now. Like I said, you don't want to hear the update, that's fine. Just head on to the timestamp down below, which is where this little reading begins. So anyways, as you guys know, I have been struggling quite a bit in keeping a regular schedule here on my channel. Whether it's been coming on here and going live for you guys, because, you know, usually I make this commitment where I'm going to be like, yes, I'm going to be live at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Wednesdays. And that is still the goal. But I have definitely flopped on that quite a bit. And even just in terms of being consistent, just in regular uploads and doing pick-a-cards and all that kind of stuff. And I feel bad about it. And I know I did a post recently, not that long ago, about that in my community section. And all the people who responded there were very understanding and very loving and very supportive. And I appreciate you guys so much for that. It definitely means the world to me, so thank you. Thank you for that understanding. I definitely appreciate it. You know, pretty much everyone's been understanding and has basically told me to, you know, just do me, take care of me, and that kind of stuff, so I appreciate that. But at the same time, coming on here and doing readings for you guys and being consistent and showing up, just as much as that helps you guys, it helps me too. It helps me stay accountable. It helps me in my own growth and my own process of things as well. So when I don't come on here and do things, I am actually hurting myself too. So, you know, me helping you guys does help me. Like it all mutually works together, you know? And I'm not going to go into all the details about everything that's been going on in my life lately, but I've just been struggling. I've really been struggling from a mental and emotional perspective. Most of you guys know I moved across country from LA to Chicago in June earlier this year. And I'm from the Chicago area originally, but I lived in LA for 15 years. So I was definitely very acclimated and accustomed to a certain lifestyle in LA that is very different from being back at home. And even though I was born and raised here, it's not like I am totally not familiar with how things are here, because I know, but at the same time, it's not my comfort zone. It really isn't. It's not my comfort zone. I do feel more comfortable in LA. I feel more comfortable in the weirdness and chaos that ensues in Southern California. Being here, I definitely feel like the black sheep. I feel very out of place. I feel like I don't belong in a lot of ways. I've had a lot of feelings of isolation and loneliness, which I know a lot of you guys have been through in certain instances in your life too. But I just wanted to be transparent and authentic here with you guys about that, to let you know that, I know you guys go through struggles, and, I'm going through struggles, and we're all going through struggles, and I know, especially all of us going through the pandemic and everything, over the past couple of years, that's been a lot of struggle for a lot of people all over the world, basically. And, change isn't easy, even if it's familiar, even if it's positive. It's just not. It's not easy. So I've definitely been struggling with a lot of things in that department on a personal level, which unfortunately has been a distraction and taken me away from a regular thing here, which I need to not do that anymore, and I need to plow on and do what I need to do here anyways, because like I said, helping you guys helps me as well. It all works together, because I'm a part of my own collective. When I do readings here for you guys, there are sometimes moments where there are certain messages that even come through for me where I'm like, oh yeah, I even resonate with that for myself. If I'm doing a pick a card, and, let's say it's pile 3, and I'm like, oh my gosh, pile 3 would have been my pile if I had been watching this on somebody else's channel. So I get it. It helps me too. And, yeah, I think for me, a lot of the reasons why I've been struggling is also in coming back home. Not only have things been very different because of the lifestyle differences and everything. Everyone here is very different from people in LA and what I was used to in LA, but also I have history here. It's not like I moved to a whole new city in a whole new neck of the woods of the country that is not familiar to me, or I don't know. It's not really a totally clean slate, because I have history back here. And I didn't realize how much healing I have to do based out of that history. Stuff tied to my family, stuff tied to my person, just a lot of baggage. And living in LA, that was a beautiful season in my life, and that needed to happen. And I was there for 15 years. There were obviously experiences and lessons and growth and things that I had to experience there during that time. But in some ways, I think that time took me away from healing that needed to happen here. And it's almost like I was running away from my past, or running away from my problems when I moved to LA. And I didn't know that consciously when I moved to LA, but I think that was happening on a subconscious level, which is why it's been really difficult coming back home. And I've had days and I've had nights where I just cry. And I don't want to say that I regret moving back home, because I haven't even been here a full year yet. I feel like I need to give things maybe at least a year to see how things go and to see how things unfold. Because moving to any new place, whether it's familiar or not, you need time to adapt to it. My first year in LA, that was not an easy year either. And that was totally brand spanking new. That was not a place where there was history or anything. But that was a really hard year. But I'm glad that I pressed on and I persevered and I pushed through that, because making it through that first year led to 14 more amazing years there. So I need to have that same perspective here and be just okay, it's difficult now, understandable, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be when I hit that year marker. I'm not even halfway through my first year back yet, it's not even December yet. December will be a halfway point, getting into the new year will be halfway. So I'm not even at the halfway point yet, but it's been really difficult. So while I can't say I regret moving back, I will say I have had second thoughts as to what was I thinking? Why did I come back? Like, that was stupid. I should have stayed where I was. And I'm not saying I'm going to go back to LA either, because LA has its own challenges. Completely different than the challenges here. So I don't know what's going to happen. Sometimes I honestly just think, you know what? I'm going to run away and move to Colorado and live on top of a mountain and be near absolutely no people. Just put me in the middle of the wilderness in a cabin on top of a mountain in the middle of Colorado, close enough to society so I can still get like basic necessities and have Wi-Fi and stuff, but at the same time so I don't have to interact with anybody. So that's kind of how I feel sometimes. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. So anyways, I've definitely been struggling, but I'm really trying to push through, you guys. And by making this video right here, right now, I think that's a good thing, because that's me trying to make a commitment here and say, hey, I'm trying to come back. And I think this is one of the reasons why I decided to not do a pick a card and just do a general reading, because I have been going on for like 11 minutes now about where I've been and how I've been and what I've been feeling. And I don't think anybody wants to hear that before a pick a card. It's fine if people want to fast forward and just go straight to the general reading. That's okay. But I don't think we need all that and then a pick a card, because pick a card readings are long, to be perfectly honest. I mean, I ramble a lot. I'm a chatterbox. I get long-winded. I sometimes overly describe things. I know this. And, you know, even when I do a pick a card, you know, one pile alone could be like 30 minutes. So that could equal like 2 hours worth of a reading. And I don't think I have it in me right now to do a full-blown like 2 hours in pick a card world, basically, for a reading. But I have enough energy to at least get into something here. I don't know how long this is going to be. I'm just going to keep going until I feel like Spirit has pretty much called it and said, okay, that's it. The message is out. They've heard what they need to hear. Time to wrap it up, kind of a thing. But anyway, yeah. So, one other thing before I do officially launch into this, like I said, I know you guys answered my poll that I had posted not too long ago about what kind of readings you do want to see, and most of you did say soul purpose, which I think is awesome. Soul purpose to me is very general in a sense, because everybody's soul purpose looks a little bit different. I think sometimes people confuse soul purpose with like career, and your career can be a part of your soul purpose, but I feel like your soul purpose is, you know, it's basically like, why are you here on this planet? Like, what is your mission? What are you here to do? And for a lot of us, that's multifaceted. It's not just one thing. It's usually not just your career or just your family or just this or just that. It's usually a multitude of things. It usually consists of our career, of our family, of our love life, of our community that we live in, our friends. It's a whole bunch of different things, which is the beautiful thing about it. And I love doing soul purpose stuff because, you know, that doesn't really narrow it down to just one thing and one thing only. Secondly, after that, I know love was a big one, and love can be a big part of your soul purpose too. Those two things can go hand in hand. So I'm definitely going to be doing a lot of that. I think the next pick a card I'm going to do maybe kind of like an important message you may need to hear kind of a thing. But we'll see. I do have like a list of reading ideas in my phone over here. To go over with you guys. What is that? New video. That's in a different language. I don't know. Facebook just sent me a weird notification saying Facebook Watch blah 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 has posted a video, and it's all in a different language. I have no idea what that is. Oh well. I'll look at that later. That's not what this is about. Anyways, that's pretty much the update for you guys. I feel like I've rambled on and on long enough. I don't want to keep going and totally lose you guys here. So I'm officially going to get into the Christmas Love Oracle, and let's just see what comes through for you guys in the general sense of the word with it. I'm also actually going to be filming a Christmas tour soon because I already have like all my Christmas decorations up in my place. As you can see, I've got some Christmas stuff here already on the desk. I've got some mistletoe and Christmas lights and holly berries and, you know, there's garland and stuff all over the place. So my place is lit. It's ready for the holidays. So I do plan on doing a Christmas tour here on YouTube and over on Instagram soon. So that will be kind of fun. It's the same stuff from last year, but I'm in a new place. So it's a new setup. So yeah, we're going to do a little Christmas tour. That'll be fun. That's going to be coming up sometime soon. Maybe not until December. I don't know. I'll see. I have time to get to that. But I'll be doing a Christmas tour here soon. And, yeah. So I'm going to try and get back to a little bit more of a normal schedule. Pick a cards. Soul purpose stuff. Important messages you guys need to hear. And I'm going to really try and go live this Wednesday for sure. I actually got into a huge fight with my mom just yesterday about needing to go live on Wednesday because she was about to derail that whole thing. And I was like, oh my God, I haven't been live in years. Well, no, that's not true. I was live on Halloween, but she was about to derail that. And I was like, no, Mom, I gotta go live. So anyways, hopefully go live on Wednesday. So just as a refresher, you guys, lives are supposed to be Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Yeah. So that's the plan for this Wednesday. And also, you guys, just so you know, I am open. I am available for private readings. So if you would like a private reading, you are welcome to shoot me an email for that. So information about lives and private readings, all of that is in the description box down below. Pricing, how to contact me, PayPal, Venmo, all the information that you need to know there. So that's all there for private readings, live readings, all that information, ways to contact me. Social sites that you can contact me on. I just joined this new one called Space Hay. So if you guys want to check me out on Space Hay, if you were around in the MySpace days, you're going to be really entertained by this one. I can guarantee you. And I'm also on Etsy, you guys. I have my own deck for sale up there, written in the stars. It is general messages. It is pop culture, kind of like a Hollywood influence kind of thing. For this deck, so you are welcome to pick up one of those as well over on my Etsy shop. And there are some specialty readings over on Etsy too. So I think that's all the 411. I just didn't want to miss anything because it's been a while since I've been on here, and I'm like, oh, what do I say again? Before you guys totally bounce out on me here, please give this video a big thumbs up. Please like it because that definitely helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Drop me a comment down below. Also, make sure that you subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and hit the notification bell when you do, because that way then you will be notified whenever a new reading goes up or whenever I go live, and that way then you guys won't miss a live. So please feel free to do that, and I'm so incredibly thankful for you guys and your patience and your time and your support and your understanding and all that good stuff. You guys mean so much to me. Like, you guys mean more to me than you even know. So anyways, without further ado, 19 minutes in, officially, I'm starting this reading. No more rambling. No more rambling on for me. So let's get into this. I'm just going to shuffle it up here, and let's see what comes through. General messages here. What do we need to know? Whoever is here for this reading, whether you stuck around for my 19 minutes of rambling or you decided to fast forward to the reading part, what do we need to know? Oh, we had two that just popped out. Okay, so we have let me treat you. So it could be that there's somebody in your life who would like to treat you. Looks like he'd like you to probably lick his lollipop. Or, I mean, he's the one licking the lollipop, funny enough, on the card. But, yeah, someone wants to treat you. And we have New Year's with you. So it seems like maybe in the new year, 2022 is going to be coming up. And I feel like 2022... this is just the vibe I get personally. I feel like 2022 is going to be a pretty big year for people when it comes down to union, especially with their twin flame. Because think about it, like the year is 2022. Like there's so many freaking twos in there. There's 3 twos. And, wouldn't surprise me if days like February 2nd, 2022, think about 2/2/2022. Like, that's a lot of twos. That could be a pretty big day for unions. Who knows? But yeah, like, I feel like 2022 is going to be a pretty big year when it comes down to unions, just by going by that number alone. And right now, the time that we're in right now, I know 11/11 just happened, 11/11 just passed, and now we're going to be entering the Palladian lineup, which is from November 15th to November 20th, if I'm right about that. I might be wrong on those dates, but I think it's November 15th through 20th. Anyways, that's all pretty big stuff, because that's all very, it's a very potent time for just, manifesting and setting intentions and, getting out of life what you really want to get out of life, basically. So, I feel like, you could be starting off, the new year fresh. You could be starting off the new year with a fresh, either a fresh new love or a fresh renewed love with an old love, and that person will want to treat you. But let's see what else is going on. Let's see what else is happening that we need to know. We have don't accept a toxic person. So I feel like this is basically just a heads up, just a little bit of a warning for you guys to avoid toxic people. And I know that's kind of like a duh, don't accept toxic people. But unfortunately, toxic people don't exactly walk around with labels on their head saying, hey, I'm a toxic person, avoid me. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. I don't feel like the toxic person is connected to, this love situation, but the toxic person, it could be anybody in your life. And chances are you're probably going to know who this person is. It could be a family member. You could be dealing with a family member who's very toxic towards you. Just because somebody is blood doesn't mean that they're healthy for you, doesn't mean that they're good for you, doesn't mean that there's a good connection there. It could be a friend. It could be a friend who really isn't a friend at all, someone who is more of a backstabber, someone who would rather betray you than be a good friend. It could be somebody you work with. It could be a coworker. It could be a boss. So this person could come in a lot of different shapes and forms and a lot of different types of relationships. But chances are you're going to know when that toxic person is there, because you're not going to feel good, and it's not going to be like the kind of situation where you feel like you can resolve it in a healthy way. Chances are it's someone who's probably going to be walking all over you, trying to take advantage of you, almost like an energy vampire kind of thing. This person could be a narcissist, a whole bunch of different things like that. So I feel like this card is basically just saying to be on the lookout for that person, especially with the don't accept. She has a gift here. This person could be kind of sneaky and try to lure you in with something appealing to try and get something out of you later. So just be careful about that. That could be someone that could be lurking around the corner there. They could be jealous of you. There's a whole bunch of different possibilities there, and I feel like it's going to look different for everybody, but just be careful with that. If it's a toxic person you can't avoid, then avoid them. If it's someone that you can't avoid because maybe they're like a family member or something like that, you know, just try to remain civil, try to keep it peaceful and respectful, and, you know, stand firm on your boundaries, kind of a thing. We also have broken, shattered, can't be fixed. So once again, I feel like that's in regards to the toxic person. Some of these situations, unfortunately, cannot be fixed. And, you know, that's the thing too. Like, you can't fix anybody else but yourself. You know, all of us on the planet here are broken in some way, shape, or form. And the only person that you are responsible for in terms of healing that pain is yourself. You're not responsible for fixing anyone else who's broken and shattered. That's up to them. That's up to them to take care of. And if there just so happens to be a toxic person in your life and they decide to take care of that on their own, then that's great and that's wonderful. And maybe there's a chance for that connection to be reconciled and healed. But there's no guarantee. It's up to them to do it themselves. And for some of these like toxic people situations, they may not want to be fixed. They may not even notice that they have a problem or that there is a problem. You know, they may find their toxic behavior to be normal. They may think that, if anything, being healthy in a sense is abnormal. So yeah, that's just, I feel like that's just a reminder, especially when it comes to that toxic person. You know, don't try and make them a project of trying to fix them. Just take care of you, and healthy people will be attracted to you in your life. You won't have to worry about the broken people. And the broken people that are there, you know, if they heal themselves, awesome. But, you know, it's up to them. Just like it's up to you, it's up to them. And we have protection is a gift. Woohoo! So, maybe the little treat here, if you don't wrap up that treat, then you may wind up with a unexpected little surprise. So I feel like the protection is a gift thing could go one of two ways. Number one, if you're involved with a toxic person from the romantic side of it, you're definitely gonna want to protect things, because, I mean, you don't want to be buckled down and tied to a toxic person if you wind up having a child with that person, because, like, you're not going to be able to escape that. That person is going to be in your life for the rest of your life because of that child. And even if it's not, like, a child, like, what if this toxic person has an STD? What if they get you sick or something? So just, you know, be careful, especially if it's coming from that toxic person. Now, if it's coming from, like, this healthy person, you know, we've got, you know, what looks to be like a pretty fun start here with somebody new in your life, or like a new beginning with someone who's already been there. You know, I feel like this is basically saying, if you guys are not planning to have a child, if you're not ready to have a child right now, then wrap it up. I mean, if you do want to have a child with that person, then maybe don't, because you could be very fertile and things could be very potent, and boom, voila, baby. So it just depends on where you're at and who you're connected to, kind of a thing. So use your discernment when it comes to that. Let's see what else we have. We also have, you took too much from me, this broken little gingerbread man. So I feel like, once again, this is tied to that toxic individual, because somebody who is toxic is going to do just that. They're going to take, and they're never going to give anything back. So, you know, I feel like that could be one of the signs. Like, if you're like, well, I don't know who the toxic person is. Like, I don't even know what to look for. Like, what are the signs of them being a toxic person? Well, if they're just taking from you and you're not getting anything back from this person ever, then that could be a toxic person. And they could leave you broken or eaten alive, basically. We also have, all I want is you. So Mariah Carey here. Mariah Carey is singing All I Want Is You, which I feel like is in regards to that New Year's person there. So I do feel like there's some love and some sparks that are starting there. So like I said, you know, it's a general reading, so it may be a little bit different for everybody. For some of you, unfortunately, the toxic person could be the romantic connection. For others of you, it could be two different stories going on, where like the love connection is this healthy and good thing, but the toxic thing could be this other situation that might be happening in your life. So just take it as it resonates. Like I said, I feel like when it comes down to that toxic situation, it's probably going to look different for everybody. Let's see what else we need to know. We have a lot has changed since last Christmas. So I feel like right now with the holiday season basically dawning upon us right now, you know, a lot of us are probably going to get into a very reflective type of mode, which is normal for this time of year. A lot of us will look back at the past year and what we've been through and what we've done and who we've spent our time with, people who have come and gone out of our lives, and, you know, changes that we've made. And I have a feeling that, you know, for a lot of you guys, you're going to go in that same reflective type of mode and, you know, truly see that, like, a lot has changed since last year. You know, for some of you, you may be realizing that, you know, there's this toxic person in your life, and that's not a good thing, and that's something that shouldn't carry over into the next year. For others of you, you may have revelations and epiphanies when it comes down to this love situation that you could be dealing with. But either way, it seems like there's been a lot of change. I know there's been a lot of change for a lot of people in general over the past year, over the past 2 years for that matter, because COVID really flipped the world upside down, obviously. You know, for some of you, maybe you dealt with some loss or some illness that happened this past year because of COVID. For others of you, maybe you were part of the Great Resignation that happened. I know a lot of people went through that where they just were like, I'm up and leaving my job. Like, I'm done. I'm done with being taken advantage of kind of thing. Maybe that's the toxic thing. Maybe the toxic thing was your work environment. Who knows? But yeah, there's definitely been a lot of change for a lot of people. Like, not just over the past year, but really I feel like over the past 2 years, because the world collectively has definitely been through a lot. We also have Sweet Tooth, Get in My Mouth. So I feel like that's just kind of re-emphasizing this card over here with Let Me Treat You. So somebody definitely has a oral fixation is kind of what I'm picking up here. There's definitely like this oral fixation. So someone may want to like orally pleasure you, or they may want to be orally pleasured by you. But there's definitely an oral fixation happening here when it comes to that. And we have family time. So, you know, once again, the holidays are coming up. I feel like a lot of you are going to be connecting with family, whether this is blood family or soul family. You know, take it as it resonates. But I do feel like a lot of you guys are going to be connecting with your families over like the next couple of months, basically. It could be your friends. Unfortunately, for some of you, once again, we have this lingering toxic situation here happening. And for some of you, the toxic person could be a family member. That's all I'm saying. So, you know, be on the lookout there. But it doesn't mean it's going to be like that for everybody. But I do feel like there's going to be family time for a lot of you guys coming up soon. Whether that's something you're looking forward to or not, whether that's a positive or negative, depending on your own personal family situation, it does seem like that is something that is coming up soon. And for some of you guys, I feel like family time is very important for you too. Like, this is something that you value. This is something that is just very important to you. Even if you don't have the healthiest relationships with your family, I feel like it's still important to you, because it's like, even if we don't have the healthiest of relationships, that doesn't mean that we don't want to have them. That doesn't mean that we don't want to have peace, that we don't want to have like a good relationship with our parents or our siblings or our cousins or whatever the issue is. It doesn't mean that you don't want to have that, even if that's not there. So I do feel like a lot of you guys very much so strongly value your family. And if it's not your blood family, you know, I feel like you guys definitely have friends that you probably consider family as well. And we have warmth of your love. So like I said, I do feel like there's this, it's weird. It's like there's this sweet and sour kind of feeling almost from this reading. Like the sour part, I feel like comes from this toxic person, whoever the toxic element is in your life. But at the same time, like, this reading is not all bad. It's not all like, oh, there's this crappy person and they just want to hurt you and they're broken and they want to break you. Like, I don't feel like it's just all that. I feel like there's definitely positives in here too, you know, with like the sweet tooth thing and the family time and all I want is you, Mariah Carey, and then the warmth of your love. So there's definitely love in your life. Like, there's sweetness in your life, and the love that seems to be coming through, it is leaning on the romantic side. You know, it's leaning on the romantic side with this happy couple. And then, you know, Mariah Carey, all I want is you. And, you know, obviously, like, the sexy stuff here, like, you know, that wouldn't be with your family, obviously. I mean, I guess it could be with a coworker or something, if you have a situation going on with a coworker, or if it's like a friendship turned love thing. I mean, I guess that could happen too. But bottom line is, it seems like there's definitely like this love connection, love relationship thing that seems to be the sweet spot in all this. So even if you're dealing with chaos right now in other areas of your life, like let's say the toxicity is coming from your family, or it's coming from a friend, or it's coming from a coworker or something like that, I feel like whatever the toxic thing is, there's something else happening in your life right now that is like a positive, that is the sweet spot. And it seems like that sweet spot is the romantic connection. That's probably where the healthy stuff is. But let's see what else we got. Let's see what else we need to know. You know how to make a house a home, cozy and warm. So I feel like right now is definitely, you know, a time to kind of just like come back home, whether that means to like a physical location for you, or, oh, sorry about that, yawning out of nowhere. Whether that means a physical location for you, or that means like, just kind of like a state of being within. It's definitely a time to basically come home in a sense. You know, a lot of people come home over the holidays as it is. And I feel like you guys are very good at making your house a home. Like maybe you're someone who's just really good at making it nice and warm and cozy, as the card says. Maybe you're someone who really likes to decorate for the holidays and kind of go all out. Or maybe you're the kind of person who always has something in the oven baking. So it's like when you walk into the house, something always smells yummy and delicious. It's just a feel-good thing. Like I feel like you're the kind of person who's very nurturing, who's very loving, who it's just like, and even if you have like a super small home, even if you have just like a 1-bedroom tiny apartment or whatever, you make it seem huge and cozy, and people love coming there, and people love being there. Like I feel like you're the host or the hostess with the mostest kind of a thing. People just come in and they open the fridge and they sit down and you know, relax on the couch or whatever it is. Like they just feel comfortable, and it's not even necessarily because of anything that you do with your place, but it's because of you and your warmth and your presence, and you just make people feel so good. And just like they're at home, like they can just be who they are, like just be themselves around you. Like they don't have to like put on an act or anything like that. They don't have to put on a mask. Like, you just make people feel comfortable. You make people feel good. So I definitely feel like you have that kind of nurturing, warm, loving kind of embrace just naturally for people. Kind of like a motherly feeling. Maybe you are a mother. If you're not, I feel like you have like that mothering instinct inside of you when it comes to others. So let's see what else we got. We have, I got what you want. So we have Sexy Santa Man. He's got a package there for you. But yeah, we definitely, like I said, there's definitely like this sweetness going on here dealing with the love life. So I do feel like there's someone in your life who definitely has it bad for you. And for most of you, I feel like this is probably your person, your divine counterpart, your twin flame. You know, if there's nobody in your life whatsoever, somebody could be crushing on you that you're completely unaware of. If you're in a committed relationship completely, then this is probably that person. But yeah, like I said, there's definitely that sweet spot in the reading, and I feel like that sweet spot is definitely your person. And even if you're like, but I'm in separation with my twin flame. You may be in separation with your twin flame, but that doesn't mean that that love isn't real. That doesn't mean that that love isn't there. That doesn't mean that that person doesn't want you, because they do. And like I said, things may be difficult now, but things could be different in the new year. You could see like this whole new thing come along. New beginnings, new year, new you, new them, new everything. Let's see what else we got. Trying to come through. So yeah, kind of going off the heels of what I was just saying, specifically in regards to like if you're dealing with a twin flame situation, I feel like that person is trying to come through. I feel like it's been a challenge. It's been difficult, you know. They kind of feel like Santa here. They're a bit bloated. They're a bit bloated trying to squeeze themselves into a tiny place to get through. But that's kind of how it can feel sometimes spiritually, you know. It's like, you know, we're trying to heal ourselves. We're trying to do the right thing. We're trying to come through. And it can feel very narrow. We can feel very narrow and very wedged in. You know, like I know in the Bible, for example, they refer to the wide path of destruction and the narrow path. And to me, the way I interpret that is like the wide path of destruction is like just doing the thing that's easy. It's like being irresponsible. It's like just being the toxic person, basically. It's staying broken and not fixing yourself. It's taking advantage of people and not caring. It's a very haphazard kind of existence. You know, it could be as simple as like the wide path could be, hey, you know what? I'm at the grocery store. I'm not gonna return my grocery cart. Who cares about that? But a person of integrity, a person of true integrity, is going to put that grocery cart away. And that's the narrow path. And I know the grocery cart thing is not a big deal, but it does show someone's integrity. And the narrow path is doing the stuff that is not easy. It's doing the stuff that is difficult. It's having faith when everything on the surface has given you every reason to give up. It's doing the right thing when the wrong thing has been done to you. It's praying for somebody that they have a good life, even though they've hurt you. Now, that doesn't mean that you're letting them walk all over you. No. You don't have to let that person back into your life. You can have a boundary with them. You don't have to let them back in. But that doesn't mean you have to wish bad things on them. You can wish good things on them, just like you can wish good things for yourself. But to me, you know, that's the difference between like the wide path of destruction and the narrow path. And I feel like this person is trying to get down that narrow path, but it's hard. It's difficult. It's much easier said than done. So I do feel like your person, if you're dealing with that twin flame situation, you know, they do want you. They want to treat you. They have that sweet tooth for you. They probably want to involve you in that family time. They want the warmth of your love. They have what you want. They got this package ready for you and everything. they want to come through. And I feel like, you know, probably leading up to this point, probably most of this year, you have felt like this person is not going to show up. This person is on that wide path of destruction. They don't care. But the thing is, most of the time, we only see what's happening on the surface. We don't actually see what's happening underneath that. You know, God is always working behind the scenes, and 99.9% of the time, we're not included in that, and we're not let in on that until it's time for it to be completely revealed. And this person may not be ready for that yet. That may not happen until like New Year's, for example. But they're trying. They are earnestly trying to come through. And I know a lot of you guys are probably rolling your eyes and you're like, no, they're not. My person's an idiot. My person's stupid. And believe me, I'm right there with you because I feel the same way. You know, my person, you know, I'm not even going to say the things he would rather do, but there are dumb things he would rather do than just come through. So I get it. I'm right there with you, but not all of you are me. And I feel like for some of you guys, this person may actually like come through and bring along this amazing new beginning for New Year's. Let's see what else we got. Be grateful for what you have. Such a good message, especially considering we are closer to Thanksgiving right now than we are Christmas, but being thankful is something that we can definitely hone in on, basically like any time of the year, basically, to be grateful. And, you know, that's a great way to manifest things too. Like, you guys may be going through a lot of ups and downs, and I feel like most of you guys are because, you know, you got the toxic person, and you've got the love person, and the sweetness with them, and you've got the family stuff, and, you know, all kinds of things going on. You know, a lot has changed since last year. But you know what? There's always something to be thankful for. Even if you can just say, I'm thankful for the roof over my head. I'm thankful for the fact that I have food in my fridge. I'm thankful for the fact that I can get up and I can walk in the morning. I have my health. And you know what? Like, your health is everything. You know, like, I'm overall a very healthy person. But yesterday I had the worst headache ever. And there were some things that I wanted to do and I wanted to take care of. And I'm telling you guys, I could not focus, I could not concentrate, I could not do anything because that headache was so debilitating. So, you know, just not having a headache is something to be thankful for. Having a clear head and not having a headache is a good thing. So I'm thankful for that. Because that makes such a big difference. It's like if you just have your physical health alone, like that makes a huge difference in the world. Like, you don't realize how good you have it unless your physical health is stripped from you and you're not healthy. So yeah, like, even just being thankful for that. But every time you're grateful for something, every time you're thankful for something, it's a way to manifest things. Like, the things that you're thankful for will just multiply. You'll wind up seeing more and more of that. So be grateful. Even if those things are small, be grateful for them because you got to start somewhere. And if you're not thankful for the small things, God has no reason to give you the bigger things. He has no obligation. He has no reason to give you bigger things if you can't even say thank you for the things that you have right now. So being grateful is a great place to start. And when we're grateful, we also don't wind up paying attention to the things that we could complain about. Like, then it's like those things aren't even important. Those things aren't even mattering anymore. So that makes a big difference too. Something's got to give. So once again, I feel like this is kind of in regards to your person here, you guys, with the trying to come through. I definitely feel like some of you guys have some frustration here when it comes to your person because, yeah, you guys are just pissed. You guys are just frustrated and angry. Like, it's just like, I feel like for some of you guys, you'll listen to like reading after reading, and a lot of them will probably wind up telling you guys, your person is coming, your person is coming, they're going through this change, they're going through this transition, they're blah, 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 blah. And I'm not saying that any of those readings aren't true, because I do feel like a lot of them are true. However, I feel like for a lot of you guys, you probably have heard that message for so long that it's almost like it's lost its value, it's lost its meaning to you, and you're like, yeah, I keep hearing that, but I never see it. I'm not seeing that change come through. I'm not seeing that happening. I'm not seeing this person trying to come through. So I feel like that's led a lot of you guys to a place of frustration where you're just like, something's got to give. Something's got to change here. If that's the case, my advice to you guys would be to just step away from it a little while. Give it some breathing room. You know, like I said, the thing is, like, if there is change happening, if they are trying to come through, if they are going through a transformation, that's something that's probably happening behind the scenes that you guys can't even see right now. Your person could be in the process of going through an awakening right now, and you wouldn't even know it. And do you really think that they're going to, like, text you or post on social media, hey, guess what, everybody? I'm going through an awakening, and I'm questioning everything in life right now. Probably not. They're probably not going to do that. They'll say something when they're ready. They'll say something when I feel like they have a better understanding and they have more confidence in all of this themselves. Until then, though, give them that time and space. That doesn't mean not to listen to readings or anything like that. You know, accept the good stuff that you get, accept the positive things, accept the things that resonate and make sense for you. Let it go, the stuff that doesn't, obviously, and then just live your life. Don't live hung up on readings, you know, live your life. You know, do the things that you're passionate about, whether it's spending time with your friends, your family, stuff dealing with your job, you know, if there's a hobby or interest or something like that you're into, just give it breathing room. Because, you know, when you least expect it, when you're not thinking about it, that's when things will probably suddenly change like that without you even knowing it. So, you know, just cool your jets. Because once again, I feel like if you guys are focusing more on what you are grateful for, you're going to be focusing less on something needs to give. Because why would something need to give if you're focused on all like these amazing things that are already happening in your life? You're going to be like, well, who cares about that? Because I have this, that, and the other thing, and these things are awesome. Then we have, I can't wait to unwrap your love. We got some more sexiness happening here. So, I mean, like I said, this person, they're trying to come through and like, and it's funny because, hold on, I got to put down this deck. We got, I want to unwrap your love. I got what you want. I'm trying to find like all the sexy ones here. Let me treat you. Sweet tooth, get in my mouth. Those are, oh, and well, I guess this one too, the protection is a gift. Number one, like, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sexy related cards in this deck, and that's not even including like the nice lovey stuff, like, you know, the warmth of your love, all I want is you, like, those are kind of like nice little lovey-dovey sentiments, you know, New Year's with you. Those are I wouldn't qualify those as like sexy. I would qualify those as like, oh, just like sweet, cute, love kind of a thing. But you guys definitely got like a lot of sexy stuff going on here. So, with that said, I feel like your person, like, they definitely do love you, because we do have like the sweetness of like the lovey stuff in there. It's not like this is like some negative only sexual thing. However, Even though it's not like a only sexual thing, I do feel like this person has a high sex drive when it comes to you. I feel like this person's horny. I'm just being totally blunt. I just feel like this person's horny is what it comes down to. So maybe this person hasn't gotten it in a while. That could be a probability. This is probably someone who hasn't gotten it in a while, so they're very fixated on you, not just because they love you and they care about you, but I mean, they are DTF is what it comes down to here. They really want to get it on, and it's probably because not only do they love you, but they have probably not done it in a while. So, I mean, you could be talking about a dude here who just, like, watches a lot of porn. He could be getting on Twitter and favoriting porn, GIFs for that matter, and porn-related things there, which you wouldn't think people would do, but believe it or not, they do it. That, you know, as public as that platform is, they do it. But yeah, like, they could be just horny and alone is what it comes down to. Like, they could be someone who basically locks themselves up in their room and just whacks their own doodle off is what it comes down to here. Which, you know, is silly because obviously if you're there and you love them and you care about them and they love you, like, you would think, like, why wouldn't this person just want to, you know, have a passionate sexual relationship, like, in reality, rather than just, like, bottling it all in, pretty much. But I feel like that's a part of the things that they're working on, that they're trying to come through on here. But there's still a lot of work. This is probably someone themselves who has been very broken, where they have to heal themselves, kind of a thing. But yeah, I definitely feel like they're pretty horny. And funny enough, with the protection is a gift there thing, I mean, when you guys do come together, when it does finally happen, because there's probably been so much pent-up energy here and so much time that's probably gone by, that's probably one of the reasons why that's there, because it's like you guys could wind up being so heated in the midst of the moment that protection may just be completely forgotten altogether. Like, you guys may both completely forget about it. And like I said, if you don't want to have a baby, remember it, basically. But let's see what else we got here. We also have kiss our worries away. Aw, that's kind of a cute one. So another, you know, really sentimental, lovey-dovey kind of one here. And yeah, that's just really cute. So yeah, I do feel like when this person thinks about you, you know, whatever it is that they're experiencing in their day-to-day life, you know, they could be under a lot of pressure themselves. Just like you could be dealing with something toxic in your life, they could be dealing with something toxic in their life too. You know, maybe they have a toxic boss, or they have a toxic family member, or, you know, whatever it is, they could have a toxic situation going on too. So for them, that toxic situation could be their worry. It could be their problems that they're experiencing. So I feel like when this person thinks of you and thinks of being with you and kissing you and holding you and hugging you and spending time with you, it helps ease that fear. It helps ease that pain. It helps ease the toxic things that they're going through. So I definitely feel like it helps them out when it comes to that. Let's see what else we got. Probably just do a few more here. Missing you like crazy. So we got another gingerbread man here. We have this gingerbread man here with "you took too much from me" and "missing you like crazy." So I feel like this person legitimately misses you. Like I said, you guys may be sitting here like something's gotta give. This person pisses me off. Like, they don't talk to me, they ignore me, I call them, I text them, and they say nothing. But I feel like this person does miss you, but they don't really have, like, the balls to talk to you, is what it comes down to. They don't really have the balls to get out of their own toxic stuff. They're trying, like it says here, they're trying, but they're not there yet. So they do miss you, and I feel like, you know, you miss them too. Like, you may be frustrated with this person, you may be pissed off at this person, but you do miss them. Like, even if you try to deny it and you're like, no, I don't miss this person, they piss me off. But truth is, you probably do. And we have karmic interference. So I feel like the karmic interference here is the toxic situation. Whatever that toxic situation is. Because usually karmic things are tied to toxic things and not so good stuff. So, you know, this could be a straight out third party, because, you know, I know a lot of the times when people think of karmics, like, that's the first place that their brain goes to, is a third party situation. And it could be possible that you could be in a third party situation, you could be involved with somebody else, or your person could be involved with somebody else, or both of you could be involved with other people. But that doesn't have to be the case. If you guys are both single, and if there's no other third party that is like a romantic connection, there's probably a karmic interference elsewhere. There's probably other situations that are toxic in your guys' lives. It could be dealing with family, for example. You know, family can be tricky, and you know, a lot of the times, like, the family that we're born into, you know, we can love them, no doubt. Like, we can love them unconditionally, and they'll always be a part of us, but that doesn't mean that they're always the healthiest. That doesn't mean that they're always the best of examples. So the third party, for example, could be family. It could be negative influences from friends. It could be a job situation. Like, what if your person's like a workaholic, for example, and they put work above everything else? That could be the karma there. Karma could also be physical distance. You know, if you guys are in like a long distance situation, it could be a long distance thing. So karma can be a lot of different things. So, you know, just because this card came out, that doesn't mean that, oh, they have somebody or anything like that. But I do feel like there's karma here that needs to be worked out, and it's something is toxic. It's connected to this stuff going on here with broken, shattered, can't be fixed, don't accept a toxic person, you took too much from me. So I feel like it's connected to that. So I feel like you guys are going to know what that karmic situation is. Like I said, if it's not an actual romantic connection, like I said, it could be dealing with family. And think of that not just dealing with your person, but also dealing with yourself. Because if there's something karmic on their side, chances are there's something karmic on your side. And for those of you who listened to my whole big rant before I got into this reading, the reason why I'm stressing that so badly is because even for myself, as I have come back home, and like I said, I've realized that there's a lot of healing on my end that I have to do now that I'm here, because I have so much history here. And a lot of that is tied to some toxic things in my life, and that is definitely karma that I need to work out, that I had been avoiding living in LA for 15 years. Don't avoid that shit. Don't run away from it. You know, so in my case, it's not like another romantic person or anything like that. It's definitely in the family department. I've been struggling with that a lot lately. But that's why I'm saying it could be similar for that way for you guys too. It doesn't have to be. It could be something else, but I'm just saying, those things are generally tied together. The karma thing and the toxic thing and the fact that that's stuff that needs to be worked out. It's stuff that needs to be healed. And it's probably going to look a little bit different, like I said, for everybody. And we have, I drink to be merry. So this could be, for example, one of those things that is the toxic karma coming out. Addictions can be a part of that karma. For some of you guys, it could be related to alcohol, for example. Maybe your person, or maybe you. Maybe one of you guys gets a little bit too heavy into the drinking. Maybe that's something that needs to be curbed, or if it's not drinking, it could be drugs, it could be something else, but, definitely like some kind of substance that could influence you. So for some of you guys, that could be what the interference is. It could be related to alcohol or drugs. And we have, I still have hope for us. So one really interesting thing I've noticed from this reading, you guys, is we've had a thing for gingerbread men coming out. We've got the gingerbread man here, we've got a gingerbread man here, and we've got the gingerbread man here with missing you like crazy. So I feel like deep down inside, you do still have hope when it comes down to you and this person. You may be frustrated with them, feeling like something's got to give, but I do feel like the hope, deep down inside really is there. And it's like, even if you were just like, that's it, I'm done, I'm walking away from this, I'm over it, blah, 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 blah. You really wouldn't mean it. Like, it would still be there. It's like you can run, you can hide, but no, it's not going away kind of a thing. So, and I feel like they're on the same page. Like, they may try to ignore it. They may try and stuff it down and not deal with it. And at the end of the day, they probably wind up feeling the same way. Remember, this person is your mirror. So, if you still have hope for the two of you deep down, chances are they do too. We have sex bait, baiting with sex. So that sex bait to me isn't necessarily always like the most positive thing, because I don't think anyone should just be like baited with sex. But like I said, I do feel like that's more so like the hormones of this person coming out. Like I said, I feel like this is someone who probably really hasn't gotten any, and they're probably really horny, and they want to get it on, and they want to get it on with you because they love you. Even if they are in a relationship elsewhere with somebody else, it's probably not a very sexually fulfilling relationship. You could be married to someone, for example, and you could be in a sexless, loveless marriage. So, they could be in one of those situations. So, like I said, I feel like this person is not getting any, which is why they're just like, they're hormonally lit right now. Hormonally lit for sure. And we have playful, another Mariah Carey card, Mariah and Snoopy. So I do feel like they feel playful with you. You feel playful with them when you guys are around each other. Things are lighthearted. I can't talk. Lighthearted and fun, and it feels good, and that's the way it should be, Usually if things feel heavy and weighted down, that's the sign of, some of this toxic karmic kind of stuff going on. But when you're with your person, I don't think it's like that. I think it feels light for you guys. It feels good. It feels like fun. You guys can probably bring your inner child back out again. So I definitely feel like you guys probably feel like that a lot of the time. And let me get one more for you guys, and then I'm going to pull a Jesus card to wrap things up. One more here for what you guys need to know. Hopefully this has made sense for somebody. I feel a little rusty because I haven't done anything in a while, but hopefully it makes sense for someone. And we have money, giving, or receiving. So I know like money and finances, that really hasn't come out very much in this reading. at all. But regardless of the money part, I feel like the most important part of this card is giving and receiving. That those two things go hand in hand, especially in our relationships with other people. It is good to give to others, and it's also good to make sure that when you're giving, things are balanced, that you're not like overly giving to somebody and they're just taking advantage of that and they're just walking all over you, that they are giving back to you, that you're equally receiving from that other person. So I feel like that's just something to be consciously aware of in all of your relationships, not just, romantically or anything like that, but in all of your relationships, friendships, family, the load that you probably carry with other people at work. So that's just like a good overall general thing to be aware of. But anyways, that's basically what I have for you guys. Let's get a Jesus card, because I always wrap up with my readings with one of these Jesus cards, because to me, a Jesus card a day keeps the bad vibes away. So I feel like they're always a little bit of helpful. Even if Jesus isn't your thing, that's okay. There's always a good message in here, though, that we can all take a little something from. So let's see what we get from our Jesus card today. We have, take therefore no thought of the morrow, for the morrow shall take thought of the things of itself. Matthew 6:34. So this card is basically talking about tomorrow and the concerns and the worries and the burdens and the cares of tomorrow, basically. And a lot of the times, just as a whole, in general, as human beings, we're not very good at staying in the present moment. We have this tendency to either look to the future or we look to the past. And most of the times, I find that if you're depressed, it's usually because you're focused on the past. And if you have anxiety, you're usually focused on the future. But the thing is, you're not living in either of those moments. You're just in this moment, here and now. Like right now, you're here and now in this moment watching this YouTube video. Maybe you have some big, scary appointment that you have to go to tomorrow. And, not to diminish that fear at all, it very much could be a legitimate thing to be scared of. But you're not at that appointment right now. It's not tomorrow right now. You're just wherever you are in the world, watching this video on your phone, on your computer, on your tablet, however it is that you're watching this, and that's all you're doing. And you don't need to be worried or be scared or be upset about anything right now. And so much of the time, we rob ourselves of our own peace and our own joy because we're living in the future and we're anxiety-ridden about something that we have no control over. And at the end of the day, that's why we do this. We do this because we're trying to have control over a situation that we don't have any control over. We just kind of have to go with the flow and enjoy the present moment. And even if we are aware that there are challenging and scary things up ahead for us, the best thing to do is to just have faith and just trust that's going to work out. Because that's all we can do sometimes. We're only given so much power and so much energy in every day. So hopefully that makes sense and that helped you guys out a little bit. And hopefully this reading as a whole, as I almost drop all these cards, that was not good. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm running out of space. Yeah, that's not good. Hold on. I'm moving cards. They're going crazy. Okay. There. Like I said, I'm a little rusty right now, you guys, because I feel like I haven't sat down to do any really good quality reading here on YouTube in a while. Anyway, hopefully this message as a whole, Jesus card and all, resonated and it made sense for you guys. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. Even if it's just with a simple small emoji, it definitely means a lot to me. And I appreciate you guys so much. So, yeah, hopefully this made sense. Like I said, it was just kind of like a general reading. I know a lot of love stuff came up, but I was just leaving it open. I was just honestly just leaving it open for whatever that needs to come through, comes through. I felt like most of it was definitely love related because I know a lot of you guys have a lot of love stuff going on in general. But there were some other messages that came in through as well that I feel like were important that probably need to be heard for somebody. But like I said, take the parts that made sense for your situation, leave the parts that don't by all means, because, you know, this is general. It's not going to, you know, fit for everybody. So don't try and force it if it doesn't make sense for your situation. Anyways, but yeah, I am just so incredibly thankful and grateful to you guys for stopping on by and hanging out here with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. And also just for you guys for hanging in there and being patient and being understanding as I'm working through my own stuff right now. Next upload should definitely be a pick a card, not just a general reading like this. And like I said, I am hoping on going live on Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for lives. Stay tuned for pick a cards. I got some topics already picked out, so we'll see what happens there. Probably going to be doing some more Christmas-related themed stuff because it is that time of the year, and I am a little Christmas crazy. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why I chose this deck to go with today, because I was like, I want to do a general reading, but I really want to make it a holiday thing. So voila, here we are. Anyways, before I wrap this up, you guys, please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely means a lot. And also, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this video. You know, let me know of anything else you want me to know, I guess. And, you know, hit that notification bell when you subscribe. And please make sure that you do. Please subscribe. When you hit the notification bell, you will be notified of when new uploads go up and also when I go live, so you don't miss out on those. Like I said, lives are Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I'm also open and available for private readings too. So if you are interested in a private reading, please shoot me an email, send me an email. All of the information that you need to know about private readings are down below in the description box. And as well as anything else you need to know, whether it is where to find me on social media, my Etsy shop, which is where you can find my deck written in the stars here. I know it didn't make an appearance for this reading, but it'll come out for other readings. Rest assured on that. But anyways, yeah, so you can find my Etsy shop there, my social sites there, all the other kind of stuff. So yeah, definitely hit me up there. So everything you need to know, private readings, live readings, all that stuff is in the description box down below. And I'm just really thankful for you guys. So that does it for me. And yeah, like I said, I feel a little rusty right now. I'm like, oh. But now I got to wrap it up. So I'm going to wrap it up. So that's it. So thank you guys so much. Keep sparkling. I'm sending you lots of hugs and much love.